Well, we have all these scabby potatoes and they don't store very well. We've already graded them and sorted them. Well, these are the good potatoes that we've kept in crates. So they've been stored in a single layer, and the bottom crate has nothing in it, just to keep it more up off the ground to allow air to flow through. This room is completely dark. There are no windows. This is an electric light bulb, and the door has ventilation. Now you might be thinking that's far too close to a fridge, and you're right. We've got all this wine and beer to move to another shelf, and I just haven't got round to it yet. And then we'll be able to move this shelving system and move the crates further towards the north wall. These we're going to prepare for freezing. We've been eating potatoes every single day. I am going to make mashed potatoes to make Irish potato breads. Some of these are scabby and some are both scabby and damaged, but the big ones that we've got here are easy to peel and you're not wasting too much potato. It's like Mr. Potato Head. See his nose? I could make a wee eye. I could draw a wee eye on him and a wee smiley face. I think I will. See, I made Mr. Potato Head. He's a happy potato.
We're cooking outside today because it's so hot and we don't want to heat up the house and the kitchen inside. It is 36 degrees right now, but it is forecast to be 40 or even more. Doesn't matter if they don't all quite get done. Cooked.
A red start.
Yeah.
I think we must have disturbed them. Just a small glass because it's quite hot.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a second small glass. All right. Would you like me to put a blob on for you?
Oh yes, please.
So we've got feta, thyme,
Oregano.
olives. Oh,
Garlic.
oh.
That'll do for me
For now, let it cool down a little bit. Do you want another piece of tomato?
Yep.
Oh, this is lovely. And is that the green olive oil or the yellow?
Green, I think.
I think I might have to abandon my napkin. Should have maybe brought a fan down. Oh, I'll just do that in case there's a fly. Well, cheers. We earned that.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had to warm this up a little bit because the potatoes were in the fridge and the butter just wouldn't really integrate with the potato. So just a slight warming up. And now they've mashed, I'll show you. This is a traditional use of leftover potatoes, but in our case, leftover mash. One of those things that you would make when you've far too much mashed potatoes. And in our case, because we've got the scabby potatoes, so we're using up as many as we can. This is a traditional potato bread. It's got many names all over, so the northern half, Ulster in Ireland and Scotland. I know it's salted butter, but to be honest, potatoes need salt. Now, it doesn't even matter if there's a few lumps. Let me just check. But still do a little bit of salt. I think that might be okay. And now we'll add flour. I kind of know what this is by eye, and it doesn't really matter because if you've got too much, well, you can add a bit more butter. And if you haven't got enough, you can add a bit more flour. So I'm just trying to get this to come together like a dough, and you'll see how it goes. I'm kind of treating this like it is a bread. I can feel it a bit better. And it shouldn't be sticky. And it's too sticky still. Not to worry. Well, that's better. For me, that's a little bit thick. Some people say about a quarter of an inch, half a centimetre, thereabouts. But I like them a little bit thinner. It seems good to me. That's better. This is a dry pan. Does that look like a... Yeah. So this won't make any sizzles. It's just sitting in a dry, floury pan. That one looks good. Perfection. So this one I would call pretty much perfect. And that's what it looks like on the other side. Well, I'm going to carry on cooking these, let that cool down, and then I'll show you the next stage. Now there's nothing to stop you from actually, I don't know which are the circles now, there's nothing to stop you from eating them as they are, but that's not how we eat them or how I've been raised to eat them. Now that they're cool, they can be bagged up and frozen and cooked from frozen. But I'm not putting these in the freezer because I'm going to eat these for my lunch. But I'm not going to have my lunch until I finish doing all of this. It's already 1 o'clock. Roast some of these. So I'm just popping these in the oven for later. Just pop these in the fridge. Between each of the pieces. They're not cool yet, but that's essentially what we do. Just stack them up. And then they can go in bags in the freezer. Well, now everything's cooked. It's still hot. And I'm just wiping out the little bits of crumbs, kind of fried flour. And it is time to make my lunch. So now I'm gonna throw in some butter. Just turn it down a little bit. I'm going to take some of the cold potato breads. Really, the pan should be clean, but I can't wait any longer. And we just fry these in a little bit of butter or oil. Now, when I was growing up in Ireland, we used to cook these after you cooked a rasher of bacon. So you sort of render down the bacon and then put the potato bread in on the bacon fat. Well, because Dan's vegetarian, I really don't do that here. So that might not have been hot enough, but it needs to be hot. These need to be cold so that they don't absorb too much fat and stay crispy, but they'll still go crispy. Scrappy bits that are still warm, but I can't really store them, so I'll just fry them off too. Yeah, so that's been in for about 2 minutes, and you can see now it's going all crispy. Even these little scrappy bits. I'm sick of washing things today and my legs are tired standing. So I'm just going to fry it in butter. Too hot. It's lovely. And then I will just have these little rascals as well. And it's just lunch for me today. Dan's in the Netherlands. I'm eating the scrappy one first. Crispy on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside. Really delicious. Although, in all fairness, it could possibly do with a little bit more salt. And that, of course, could be to do with my desire for salt, because we've had extremely hot weather over the last, I think, 5-6 days, well over 100 Fahrenheit. So it's really nice to be able to sit inside. I made about 60 potato breads. So these are all the potato breads. Well, actually, these. So I used that second pot of potatoes and made more on another day, the next day. I'm not sure if you can see, but these are the couple of bags of chips. And I think we've got about 10 bags of roast potatoes. And they're all loose. Once the chips and the roast potatoes were cooked and cooled, we let them dry off on a tray singly, and then froze them in trays separately, and it's not all a big clump together. I know, courgettes, you can't handle any more of them, a bit like ourselves, but we've got some wonderful recipes up our sleeves. And if you'd like to see what we do with our courgettes, and none of them are going to be frozen, then let us know in the comments. Bye, see you next time.